On a warm summer night in 2003, four cousins walked into a Texas farmhouse, and then they were gone. No trace. No signs of a struggle. Just silence. For 20 long years, their families searched for answers. But when hope had all but died, the farm itself spoke. In 2023, workers clearing the overgrown land discovered something chilling: clothes, old and tattered, scattered across the property. Clothes that once belonged to the four missing children. What happened inside that farmhouse? Why did their belongings resurface after 2 decades? And who, or what, still lingers there? Sheaf of Rice. The farmhouse mystery begins. The story takes us back to July 2003, in the quiet outskirts of Anderson County, Texas. Nestled among endless fields of corn and oak groves sat a weathered old farmhouse, once lively, now falling apart with creaky floors and peeling paint. The house belonged to the Johnson family, farmers who had lived on the land for generations. That summer, the farmhouse became the gathering spot for four cousins during their school break: Emily, 14, the eldest, curious and protective; Jacob, 13, adventurous, always with a notebook in hand; Sarah, 11, shy, loved drawing; Michael, 9, the youngest, energetic and fearless. The four cousins spent their days running through the fields, fishing in the nearby creek, and exploring the woods behind the farmhouse. To them, the farm wasn't just land, it was a playground, a place where imagination ran wild. But the adults in town always whispered that the old farmhouse carried secrets. Some said it was cursed. Others said strange lights had been seen near the barn late at night. Crescent moon. The night they vanished, on the evening of July 18, 2003, the cousins had dinner with their grandmother, who owned the farm. Afterward, she remembers them laughing, playing cards, and running upstairs to the attic with flashlights. The attic had always fascinated them: dusty trunks, old furniture, and family heirlooms piled high. That night, a storm rolled across the Texas plains. Thunder shook the windows. Rain hammered the tin roof. Around 10:30 p.m., the grandmother checked on the children. They were nowhere to be found. At first, she thought they were playing hide-and-seek. She searched every room, the barn, even the creekside trail. Nothing. Panic set in. By midnight, she called the local sheriff. Deputies arrived quickly, but what they found was unsettling. The farmhouse doors were locked from the inside, the cousins' shoes were left by the back porch, flashlights lay abandoned in the attic, still switched on. No footprints in the mud outside, as if they had never left. By morning, the farm was crawling with search teams. Helicopters scanned the woods. Dogs tracked the fields. Neighbors joined the search. For days, then weeks, hundreds combed the land. But there was nothing: no bodies, no signs of struggle, no ransom note. The four cousins had simply vanished. Detective the investigation. The sheriff's department launched a full investigation. Rumors spread like wildfire in the small Texas town. Some said the cousins had run away. Others whispered darker theories: that someone had taken them, perhaps even a family member. Detectives dug into every possibility. Runaway theory: impossible. None of the children had packed clothes or money. Kidnapping: no tire tracks, no forced entry, no signs of outsiders. Supernatural whispers: neighbors spoke of strange howls at night, flickering lights in the woods, and animals refusing to graze near the farmhouse. The case made headlines statewide. For months, posters with the cousins' faces were plastered across Texas. Their parents gave tearful interviews, pleading for answers. But slowly, the media moved on. The farmhouse was abandoned, left to rot, as if the land itself carried guilt. Mantelpiece clock: 20 years of silence. For 2 decades, the farmhouse stood still, swallowed by weeds and vines. Families avoided it. Teenagers dared each other to spend a night there, but none lasted long. The air felt heavy, the silence unbearable. The cousins' parents aged, their hope dimming with every year. By 2020, most believed the children would never be found. The case had gone cold, but in 2023, the land was sold to developers planning to clear it for agriculture. When workers began plowing near the barn, their bulldozer hit something unusual. At first, they thought it was trash buried under the soil. But when they pulled it out, their faces went pale. Coat the clothes, resurface, it was a bundle of clothes, torn, faded, caked in dirt. But unmistakably human. Investigators were called in. The clothes were spread out on a tarp. Among them, a small denim jacket with embroidered flowers, a faded t-shirt with the logo of a baseball team from 2003, a pair of children's overalls, straps broken, and shoes, tiny, muddied shoes that matched those worn by the four cousins. The items were carefully tested. Experts confirmed the fabrics and stitching matched early 2000s clothing. DNA analysis revealed traces of the cousins' hair and skin cells. After 20 years, the only trace of the four children had reappeared, but the biggest question remained: where were the bodies? Studio microphone narrator voice, cliffhanger: how could four children vanish without a trace, only for their clothes to appear decades later on the same land? Was someone hiding them all this time? Was the farmhouse itself hiding something darker? Or had the cousins fallen victim to a force beyond comprehension? As investigators reopened the case, shocking theories began to surface.